My favorite movie soundtrack is The Revenant. I've ripped off the main theme many times in my own music. My name is Underscores. I'm from San Francisco. I make music. What did you have for breakfast this morning? I didn't have breakfast. I had lunch. I had a meatball sub. What's one thing you never travel without? Some kind of perfume. I keep a lot of perfume in like my purse. And I was keeping a lot of loose cash in there at one point. And then all of my cash got super perfumed. It was kind of nasty. It was kind of too much. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? I try and pick like a 3-minute YouTube video, but I need to stop doing that. Favorite film? Bones and All. Or Fantastic Mr. Fox. It kind of changes depending on the season. Fantastic Mr. Fox is that's like an autumn film. What's your earliest musical memory? There was a piano in my preschool, and I remember getting up there and playing it. I think I was like 3 or something. But it wasn't like Justin Bieber. Like, I'm pretty sure I was just playing some bullshit. Favorite movie soundtrack? My favorite movie soundtrack is The Revenant. I've ripped off the main theme many times in my own music. Window seat or aisle seat? Aisle seat definitely, because I get up a lot and I go to the bathroom a lot. Last album you listened to? Raven by Kalela. Most used app? Safari. What makes a collaboration actually click for you? I don't know. I think it generally clicks for me, but I'm very selective about who I collaborate with. Describe in some detail your ideal hotel. I think it's gotta have like light wood everywhere. Some sort of like white on the walls and stuff. I really like sort of like this, where like there's recessed lighting or something, where it's like kind of shadowed, like it creates a shadow just on the top of the wall, whatever. I don't know. It's probably that. And then it probably has like, if it's an ideal hotel, it would like all of the minibar snacks would be free, and like I'd be able to drink like the expensive water. What small everyday pleasure do you love? I like coffee a lot. I take really long walks to get my coffee because I'm trying to get my steps in. I treasure that quite a lot. Latest obsession? New Girl. If you could score a video game, what would it be? I think it would be like very mundane. Like it would be like grocery bag simulator or something. Like if you're or like cashier simulator, or like some sort of walking simulator, or just something that's like really like slice of life and basic. Favorite season and why? Fall for sure. I don't understand anyone else's reasoning for any other season. It just kind of has the most going for it. The leaves are like 3 to 4 different colors. It's not sweltering hot, or I'm not freezing my ass off. Favorite BPM? 138. I love 138. First YouTube video you remember watching? It was like a Shane Dawson Kesha spoof. I'm sure he took it down by now. What's the most unique venue you've performed in? I did a DJ set in a U-Haul a few weeks ago with a bunch of friends in a cemetery. That was really cool. Do you have any pets? My roommate has a cat named Pee-Pee. She's very vocal. Name a piece of art that changed your life. This is kind of standard, but Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites was really important. Obviously. Where do you do your best work? In my bedroom. I'd like to change that. I'd like to have a different room to make music in than the one I sleep in. Do you hear lyrics or melodies first when a song idea hits you? Melodies for sure. I think a lot of it, I don't know. This is like sort of how a lot of people work, but it's I sort of just mumble gibberish in the melody I want and then try and map the words to it. What's one country or city where the crowd energy shocked you? Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City for sure. There's some menaces down there. When there was I was on the Danny Brown tour and I played my song Music and they like opened the pit and then started doing this like whirlpool thing. And then after them pretty much every city started doing that. So shout out Salt Lake City. What's a sound, instrument, or a genre you're obsessed with right now? I'm really obsessed with this like reggae drum pattern that's like 4 on the floor kicks and like halftime snare. What's a creative risk you took that completely paid off? Choreography, honestly. That was like something I had thought of doing and then kind of impulsively just started reaching out to choreographers and like dancers to help me out with. It was a very quick process, but I think my song Do It really came to life with the choreo. But I had never done it before, so it was very, very risky. What's a job you think you'd be doing if music wasn't an option? I think I would be like editing people's Twitch streams down into YouTube videos. If you could take an elevator ride with anyone, who would it be and why? Honestly, I feel like anyone that's like super, super famous would be crazy to just come home and be like, guess who I was in an elevator with? Jesus Christ. Describe an important teacher in your life outside of school. A family friend of mine named Sonia was very important to me when I was growing up and learning how to DJ. I would like only play dubstep pretty much when I was DJing. And this was like when I was 14 or something. And a family friend of mine named Sonia would throw all these parties and then let me DJ them, even though what I was doing was like so not the vibe of the party and like everyone left the dance floor every time. But like to have that, I think was really important for me growing up. How do you know when a song is truly finished? I'm not sure, because sometimes I go overboard and I'll like overproduce stuff, but I don't know. I think after you listen to it like hundreds of times over, you start to get an idea in your body of when you should stop. What's a lesson the music industry taught you the hard way? I don't know. I do think I developed like a good bullshit meter as a result of getting into the music industry. But something I did realize is like, I think it's very easy to like knock super A-list celebrities in the music industry for like being lazy or something. But I think every person that's in the industry kind of has worked and is working hard to be there, which I don't think I had the perspective for until like a few years ago. Any interesting malls, airports, or hotels that inspired the album? The Detroit airport is really fire. There's like a sky tram that like runs through the whole thing inside, so you can kind of see the tram go by, and like it's an easy way to get places. I think that was pretty good. Mall of America, Stonestown Galleria in San Francisco. What's your favorite ARG? I really liked Petscop when I was doing Wall Socket. I thought Petscop was really well done. What's one song you wish you made? In the Dark by Venturing. From Karina, what is your dream collab and why? I think probably Skrillex. That's kind of what I've been saying. Yeah, that's just my favorite artist. So, and he's just influenced me a lot. And I think he's like been continually tapped in over his reign over electronic music. From Elias, what are your go-to snacks while on the road? I don't know. I don't eat that many snacks. But I drink a lot of Red Bull when I'm on tour, which I don't really do as much when I'm home. I usually drink coffee. If your music existed as a physical place, what would it look like? I think it would be that kind of like dream architecture that people sort of talk about, where it's like the mall is connected to the airport, it's connected to the supermarket, it's connected to the hospital, it's connected to the hotel. I don't know. I think it's like that structure as a whole. Who do you want to see in the elevator next? Magna Carta. What's your pitch? I think movies should only be allowed a certain number of famous people in them. I think you shouldn't be able to exceed 3.